It is day 7 of our Maui trip, and it is moving day. We are headed to Island Surf. It's a nice little place where we can walk to all the restaurants we want to go to, plus our favorite little dive bar called the Tiki Lounge. By the time we checked in and made it to the Tiki Lounge, it was getting late, so we decided just to call it a night. So today we're headed to a beach we've been to before. It's only about 15 minutes away, and usually it's pretty good snorkeling for me. So the water looks pretty good today. Doesn't look too rough, so it should be a nice day for snorkeling. Well, I was hoping it was going to be a little clearer than what it actually is, but I did see my first turtle pretty quick. Looks like he's just laying down there taking a nap, and as you can see, the water is actually pretty rough today. You can hear the background noise, the little pieces crackling around. And I look over and there's a turtle just swimming around. The water's only about 10 or 15 feet right here, so I kind of dove down and saw this pufferfish, a little bit larger one than I normally see. They're pretty friendly usually. I swam a little further out, trying to get into maybe a little bit clearer water. So it's about 20 feet deep right through here, and I dove down to see what was underneath maybe some of these rocks there, and didn't even see the bigger turtle right here. That's about a 3-foot turtle right there. When we were at the Tiki Bar, somebody had mentioned you need to check out the red pencil sea urchins, and that's what these are right here. Really cool. And that was about the coolest thing that I saw there for the day, so I decided, I was in the water for about 45 minutes, and I said that's enough, so we headed back. Yep, we are back at our favorite little dive bar, the Tiki Bar. I actually got a chance to put one of my stickers up right there from my YouTube channel. We also met a guy that brought his dog to the bar. He'd been there, living there for a while, long time in Maui, and they gave the dog a little thing of water and felt the dog act like he owned the place. Well, we really didn't do much on day 9, so we kind of just hung out and did some driving around a little bit and hung out at the pool there. But today we went back to the same snorkeling area that we did on day 8, so hoping for a little clearer water than I was there before. I'm just kind of snorkeling along looking for an octopus in this shallow water, and look over, and there is a turtle swimming directly underneath me, rubbing against me, and I'm thinking, what in the world is going on here? I try my hardest not to get too close to the turtles, but for some reason they're not afraid of me for sure. They seem to be drawn toward me for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Not really sure if this is the same pufferfish that I saw before, but you can see how much the current is dragging him and I both. But he was actually allowing me to get extremely close with my camera, which I was surprised. So this right here is a flute fish, and I've seen plenty of them, but I've never seen one do this right here, change color for camouflage. That's pretty incredible. I didn't know they could even do that. Again, I'm just swimming along looking at these red pencil urchins, and all of a sudden this turtle, he is right next to me, and I'm thinking, my goodness, I must be a turtle magnet for some reason. So I'm trying to swim away from him, but he kind of likes just want to hang out with me. I was finally able to put some distance between me and that turtle, and he got more interested in trying to find something to eat than he did hanging out with me. So this is a sea cucumber, a very unique animal, and it's interesting that people actually eat these, and they have a really interesting defense mechanism. If somebody gets too close, they actually expel their intestines, and they can reproduce those in a day's time. I read that. So today I'm not doing any snorkeling today. Today we're going to a small town about an hour or so away from here. It's similar to Cowboy Town, and there's usually a lot of sea turtles along that beach area there. So had a really nice lunch there, and on the way back we actually were able to stop at a couple of beaches to see where I might want to go snorkeling someplace else. So this is one of them, and then this other one coming up right here is super rocky, no really beach area. So Ellen said she wouldn't want to go back to that. So I decided that I'll probably do that tomorrow myself. So I got up early the next day and I'm headed back to that rocky beach area. They told us that it's a lot of fish there. So I'm excited to kind of get in the water and see what it's like. So I'm going to first try to go as far left as I can, and then go out as deep as I can to see if the water's clear. So I'm out a little deeper than everybody else is, and I see this school of fish, and they're called yellow tang. And I kind of just drifted into them, and you can see how the water's pushing us back and forth. And if you're nice and quiet, they'll let you just hang out with them right there. They're not scared of you at that point. Now, I couldn't hear it at the time, but if you listen closely coming up here, you're going to be able to hear the whales singing. And they're probably 4 or 5, maybe as much as 6 miles away or so. And you can hear them. This was the only turtle I saw out there, and that's about 20 feet of water right there. So I kind of let him, didn't want to bother him. I'm just visiting. It's his home. I'm just looking through the window. But if you listen closely, you can hear the blue coral fish crunching. Now, I have no idea what that clicking noise in the background is. Well, I got back and cleaned up a little bit, and we are headed down, to our favorite little dive bar, the Tiki Lounge. And the singer is the owner of this place.
That's right.
Yep. Little walk-through market there. We're headed to our dive bar called the Tiki Lounge.
You guys hungry today?
Yeah.
Yes. A little bit. Yeah, later. Yep. You tell me when.
Okay, will do.
Yeah. You want a cold glass? No. I didn't remember. I thought so. No.
Yeah, thank you.
This is the little tiki bar we've been spending quite a bit of time in. A lot of fun. Pizza's really good, but I also put one of my stickers up here. I've got one here and one at the other end down there at the bar, right there. And they got these puffer they use as lights. Kind of crazy. Well, we didn't know it, but the Tiki Lounge turns into a little discotheque later on in the night. So I got up early the next day, and I'm going to go back to almost the same place that I was at that park reserve, but this is about a quarter mile shy of that. So I'm hoping it's going to be a little more variety of stuff. Now you can see that there's nobody there right now, so just wanted to bring that point up. So I spent about 50 minutes in the water, and I went to the left side, I went to the right side, I went out deeper than I thought I probably needed to go. And I thought, okay, there's really nothing out here to see, so I went back in, and as I came back in, you can see that this family has moved in, and the old man sitting there was actually sitting on my clothing. So once I got back, Ellen wanted to go directly behind her hotel is this food truck garden area. So saw some really cool things, but also saw Dozer. This is a 21-year-old tortoise that's been living there. So after visiting the garden area, we went back to the room and got cleaned up, and we're going to an area called the Shops. We're going to go have dinner, and they had this little show going on with the young hula girls. Well, the next day we decided just to go back to our favorite beach. We're getting close to being able to leave, and we get there and it is super windy. Well, we were only there maybe 15, 20 minutes, and if you can't read lips, I'll let you know. She said it's time to go. Well, we got back to the room, did a little walk around downtown Kihei, and had a really nice sunset because of the little bit of the storm that was coming in the wind. And if you look out there in the park there, which is directly across from us, they had a couple people with LED lights and had a little boom box and everything. They were having a good time driving around. Well, it's time to start heading home. So today is 2 days because it's an overnight flight, so we had to check out. Our flight doesn't leave till 3, so we stopped at this little place and we're headed home. Now, the interesting part is it's a 7.5 hour flight or so, and when we landed, they had canceled our flight from Atlanta to Columbus, Ohio. So what we ended up doing was they had us booked on a flight 5 o'clock that night, but we ended up getting a flight out at 3 o'clock. So we didn't get home till 7 o'clock at night, which made like a 28-hour day for us.